Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in HJ Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In today's session, we discuss about real-time scheduling mechanism from chapter number 6, software architecture and real-time scheduling in embedded system. So now, before starting the session, I like to tell you that in previous session we already talked about what exactly the meaning of real-time system, how real-time system will affect scheduling mechanism, what exactly the real-time operating system is, and also we discuss about the different types of real-time operating system. So now the real-time system. So as I already told you, there are the two types of real-time system: soft real-time and hard real-time. In terms of the soft real-time, the tasks are performed as fast as possible. Late completion of jobs is undesirable but not fatal. So the system performance degraded as more and more job miss deadlines. Definitely, as we already talked about what exactly the meaning of deadline is, how the deadline will affect the system. Fine, the online database management system is one of the best example of software real-time or software real-time system. So we have to execute the task as fast as possible, right? Real-time systems. The hard real-time task have to be performed on time. Failure to meet the deadline is fatal. Means hard real-time tasks have to be performed on time. Failure to meet the deadline is fatal. For example, flight control system, quantitative definitions. So in terms of hard real-time task has to be performed on time. Failure to meet the deadline is fatal. So these are the difference between soft real-time and hard real-time. Now we see the hard and soft real-time system. The validation by broadly correct procedure or extensive simulations that the system always meet the timing constraint. In terms of the soft real time, the demonstrations of the job meet the some statistical constraints suffixes. So 25 frames per second is an average system for the multimedia system. Right now, if you're talking about the digital media, then 25 and 30 frames per second it's a basic rate for the communication system. Embedded and the real-time system. To execute the task correctly and in a time, it's called as an embedded or real-time system. The system with multiple tasks is never scheduling. Definitely, if you have a number of tasks, then definitely you have to go with the scheduling mechanism, right? Because to manage the number of tasks, it's a play a main task or it is a major operation, right? Now we're talking about the definitions of the ready time are task available, schedule, completed C and deadline D. So basically here you can see that here you're talking about the time and the tau in terms of the response. Now if you're talking about any task, the starting time in terms of the ready the task is indicated by the R. Now schedule mechanism it will be indicated by the S, but right now you can see, and the completed it will be identified by the C. And suppose that that particular point, if you're talking in terms of here, that particular point you're talking at here, it's called as a deadline D. Now ready time, clock, external interrupt software, or you can say that the branches. The terms, it can be periodic or non-periodic, it can be fixed or variable computational time, predictable and unpredictable, pre-emptable or non-pre-emptable, task for overall activities and jobs are individual computational tasks. So these are the terms we have to refer. Now if we are talking about the terminology in terms of the real-time scheduling mechanism, then job, each unit of work that is scheduled and executed by the system. Task, a set of related jobs. For example, a periodic task Ti consists of a job J1, J2 up to J3 is coming in every period. Release time, the time instant at which a job became available for the execution. It can be executed at any time or at or after the releasing the time. And deadline, the time instant by which a job should be finished. Relative deadline is a maximum allowable response time, and absolute deadline is equal to release time plus relative deadline. If you are talking about the terminology, then periodic task Ti, period Pi, worst case execution time Ci, and the relative deadline Di. So these are the few terms that you can see over here. It's a representing the different types of execution of the task. Okay. So basically it's a periodic system. Now job J, its absolute deadline is equal to release time plus relative deadline, and response time is equal to finish time minus release time. It's called as a response time. Deadline means if the finish time is greater than absolute deadline and response time of J, Ik is greater than Di. Real-time workload. If you're talking about the real-time workload of the system, so here you can see that the absolute deadline over here, execution task or execution time over here on release time. So jobs are computational of file, read a message, transmission or etc. Attributes for resource required to make a process and timing parameters and release date. Real-time task, a sequence of similar jobs, a periodic task, P&E. If the job repeat regularly, the period T is equal to inter-release time 0 less than P, and execution time E is equal to maximum execution time 0 less than E less than P. So here you can see that we have a few deadlines in terms of 0, 5, 10 and 15, and we have execution of the task in terms of time interval between 0 to 5, 5 to 10 and 10 to same of periodic and non-periodic. As you can see that the upper figure is represent the periodical concept. As you can see the execution with respect to time. And here you can see that each and every task will be performed simultaneously operation. There is no overlapping at all. And you can see that the distance and the execution time, running time, deadline, each and everything will be in terms of synchronous manner. But here you can see that a non-periodic system, you can see that the mismatch between the different number of tasks, and it shows that a non-periodic system. Here similarly a non-periodic or periodic task, you can see that the pre-empatable or non-pre-empatable task. Here you can see that it will be generated in terms of the proper square wave, or it will be executed with respect to time on proper cyclic time execution. In terms of, you can see that the R of 4I you have to start the task and R of 5J you have to end the task, and similarly for the tau 5 task will be executed or R 5J to C 5J. It's a completion of the task, and similarly it will again go to the tau 4 task in same manner. But here you can see that a non-periodic, or we can say the non-pre-empatable task, it is not in terms of synchronous manner. If you are talking about the periodic, non-periodic, if you are talking about the pre-empatable and non-pre-empatable task, here we are always talking about the synchronous mechanism with respect to time only. If it will not match with the deadline, if it will not match with the release time, if it will not match with the execution time, then definitely it will not match the deadline, or it will not say the real-time operating system, or it is not say that a proper real-time operation execution of the time. Now we are talking about the commonly used real-time scheduling is a clock-driven mechanism, waiting route-robin mechanism, and priority driver mechanism. Clock-driven, all the parameters about the job known in advance, means all the parameters we should know from the beginning. Schedule can be computed offline or at some regular time instant. Minimum routine overhead, not suitable for many applications. Wait route-robin task, the job scheduled in terms of the FIFO manner, means first in first out manner. The time quantum used to job is proposal to its weight. For example, the high-speed switching network QoS is a guarantee about a route-robin scheduling algorithms. Not suitable for the procedure consistent jobs. For job A can run only after the job B. No point is given time point to job B before the job A. So here you can talking about the different types of task state from tau 1 to tau 9. Here you can see that each and every execution have a specific time allocation system, and each and every have a specific amount of time, like for the smoke detector, for the motion detector, similarly for the digital audio interpreter or intercom, digital telephone, CD quality audio, overflow detector, download newspaper, assignments and key stroke. So these are every have a different number of tasks, and all the tasks will be managed and controlled in terms of proper manner. So here you can see that it will be executed in the similar manner. Here you can see that, but from tau 1 to tau 6 have higher priority, and it will be executed on the different time interval. So you can see that the graph will be in terms of like that, but after the tau 7 it will be in terms of linear manner. So basically it's a concept of first in first out. Round-robin mechanism is a similar manner, that as you can see that each and every task will be executed in similar manner. Based on the priority, that again go to the top, and again it will be executed on that particular manner, and it will be executed until all the tasks will not finish. All the tasks will not execute on the certain amount of time. So it's a round-robin scheduling mechanism that you can see. The time quantum given to a job is proportional to its weight. Example, the high-speed switching network is one of the best example. of it. And cyclic execution of the time, as you can see that in terms of the cyclic manner, it will be executed on the task from tau 5 to tau 10 to again tau 5, then again it will go to tau 4 and again it will go for the tau 1. In terms of the weight matrix, it will be executed in terms of cyclic manner with respect to the continuously execution on time. Scheduling algorithm in RTOS, the priority scheduling. The processor never left the ideal when there is a ready task. Processor allocated to the processor according to the priorities. It can be a static at a design time or it can be dynamic at a run time. If you're talking about any processor, if you're talking about any processor or any mechanism task, then make sure that each and every task play a main role for the execution of the time. Now, again we're talking about the other type of mechanism, again we're talking about the other type of data. Then make sure that the scheduling algorithm is all about a variation or priorities. Now priority scheduling, it's have an ED, F, LSF, RMS, etc. Earliest deadline first means earliest and the deadline first. This list stack time first, rate monotonic scheduling. So basically the process with the earliest deadline given is the highest priority. The stack is equal to relative deadline minus execution left. For a periodic task, the task priority inversely proportional to its period. So basically in terms of the priority based scheduling, we have to follow these steps. So here you can see that the schedulability, the priority indicating the whether the real-time system or a set of real-time tasks can be made to that deadline. So here you can see that we have two tasks, the execution of the task, and here you can see the deadline. So each and every time you can see that the static priority scheduling and dynamic priority scheduling. In terms of the static priority scheduling, you can see that it's varying with respect to the time variations. Or in terms of a dynamic priority scheduling, it can be varying, or you can see that it's varying the deadline also. Response time. What exactly the meaning of response time? Response time means what? If you're talking about the execution of the task, as you can see. First the T1 executed, then T2 executed, then T3 executed. Again you can see in the similar manner. It will be executed one by another, as you can see. And according to that it will be varied. So basically you can see that this one is the response time for T3 variations. Response time with respect to the time, a set of high priority takes in time T1. So make sure that you have to check about the response time on each and every interval on time. Earliest deadline first. Optical dynamic priority scheduling, the task with a shorter deadline has a highest priority. Definitely, if you have a highest priority, then you have a shortest deadline, then it will be matching similar as you can see. So here you can see that the shortest path, or we can say that as per our discussion, a short deadline have a highest priority. If we have a highest priority, then only then it will be executed on time. Fine. So a shorter deadline have a highest priority. Earliest deadline first, that I already told you. Now overload conditions. So the domino effect during the overload condition, as you can see, the execution of the task T1 from 0 to 3 and from T2 3 5, so deadline is missing because it's a T2. Fine. And the T3 is a deadline missing on the time interval of 5 to 6 because ultimately it's a 4 to 3. T2 has a 5 to 3 and T3 has a 6 to 3 and T4 has a 7 to 3. But here you can see that the deadline miss for 6 to 7 also it's a T4. So to matching the deadline and the response variations, here you can see that we are varying the data. The better scheduling, here you can see that the T1 is divided from 0 to 3, the T2 is divided from 5 to 3, the T1 is generally divided in terms of 0 to 3 and T4 is divided from 3 to 6. So I hope that you are getting the idea of what exactly I am trying to convey, what exactly the meaning of scheduling mechanism is, what exactly the real-time scheduling is, how you can go with the scheduling mechanism to operate, perform any task which is related to a scheduling mechanism. Still, if you have any doubt which is related to a scheduling mechanism which is related to the round robin mechanism which is related to the scheduling in terms of real time operating system, then you can feel free to contact me. So I hope that you are enjoying this session. Still, if you have any doubt, then you can feel free to contact me. So thank you for watching.